I know, Mr. Peterson, I totally get why you called me into the boardroom this morning, and I want to say I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I know I've disappointed you 23 days in a row, but I really do love my job here at Peterson & Peterson Accounting, despite my apparent lack of enthusiasm for the new employee get with the program announced on Twitter last week. And yes, I know I've been touched repeatedly, and I have a performance review next Tuesday, so I promise it won't happen again. Which it might be helpful to think of not so much as a promise, because boy, those things are hard to keep, aren't they? But more of an alternative fact. No, Mr. Peterson, please put your phone down and stop pouting at me like that. The truth is, I'm late to work all the time, not because I'm protesting the new no Latin American coffee ban in the break room, but because I'm not sleeping well. And that makes me very tired and weepy. But Bob in the tax department reports me crying like a girl are grossly exaggerated. Nonetheless, I owe you an explanation. So here it is. It all started a month ago. I woke up one night at around 2 a.m. and I thought I heard planes going over. One after another. A soft, deep, humming sound far off in the night, like a beast growling in its sleep. And I thought, who's coming? Did I miss something? While I was sleeping between midnight and 2, did someone fire off a tweet and plunge us all into war? And then I thought, maybe they're coming for LaShandra, because when Tom from Fiscal Disclosure on the second floor asked her in a meeting how many women it took to screw in a light bulb, she rolled her eyes. Why? You think your wife's leaving you in the dark? So perhaps they're coming for Carlotta, Benji's mom, because when I was helping her with her green card application, we forgot to disclose that she was a member of the Ithaca County Quilters Guild, and you're supposed to tell them everything. Or maybe they're coming for my sister-in-law. She's Australian, which might have been okay until we decided we didn't like them anymore. So I lay there in bed, worrying about what happens to Carlotta and Benji if they find out about the quilting, and what happens to LaShandra if they decide that sassy is just another word for un-American. And I roll over, but I can't sleep because now I'm thinking, well, what happens if they round up all the Australians and send them back? In exchange for the refugees that we had to take in, send a message about how we don't want them here because you can't trust people from a country where the mammals lay eggs and kids are given rubbers in kindergarten like it's okay to make mistakes. No, Mr. Peterson, rubbers are erasers. And so then I'm really awake because I'm wondering how they're going to build a wall between us and Australia to stop them all coming back. Because when the sea levels rise, that whole part of the world is in deep shit and they're going to have to go somewhere. I know what you're thinking, Mr. Peterson, and you're right. I'm overreacting. And that humming sound that might have been drones did turn out to be the next door neighbour's garage door triggered by a raccoon by accident. But every night I lie awake like this, plagued by uncertainty. And last night was particularly rough. I dreamt about my daughter, Marie. And in the dream I'm watching through the window of her middle school classroom, and I can't see very clearly, so I guess they can't afford a janitor anymore, but I can just make her out, hunched at a desk. She looks uncomfortable, like her skin is too tight. And Hudson, this perfectly nice boy that she's known since the 3rd grade, he suddenly points to her and he says, "Ha! Marie's bleeding out of her whatever!" And I look, and sure enough, there's a thick smear of blood running down her leg, and I think, oh, her first period, because now she's vulnerable in a whole new way. And then the blood is ankle deep, and the boys keep making personal remarks because the teacher doesn't say anything, because as Bob in the tax department likes to say, boys will be boys. And then the blood starts to rise like a tide waiting to turn, and they're all hip deep, and I wake up, and I'm full of rage. And I say, "Shut your mouth, Hudson!" Because that precious American citizen sitting miserably at her desk came out of my whatever. And God help me if Hudson makes her feel like she isn't worth every single drop of that blood. And it scares me a bit, this anger. Where did it come from? And what do I do with it? So I get up and I go down the hall and I check on my babies, because aside from balancing a budget, that's the one thing I know how to do. And they're both sleeping soundly, which feels like a miracle, a reprieve. And I kiss them, breathe them in. But by this point, the light is already pulling at the corners of the sky and it's no good. So I get up, I go downstairs, I make coffee, ignore Facebook, wonder why I feel like I can't lift my head. So I know I was late again today, Mr. Peterson, and I know I wasn't overly enthusiastic about the new conference room. I confess I find all that wall-to-wall white a bit hard on the eyes, and the new rusty spy chick calendar above the photocopier is just creepy. But I hope this listening session convinces you that I have always found satisfaction in my work here, and I have 2 kids to support. So if there isn't anything else, I'll get back to the accountability report that I'm working on, Mr. Pearson. I see you've been taking very good notes of our conversation. And that's a very interesting sketch you've done there of LaChandra and me changing a light bulb. You're quite imaginative. You know, I don't know how many of us it's going to take to change anything, but I do know that numbers add up. So if I were suddenly out of a job, well, do you think that maybe a Michelle Obama or Elizabeth Warren Meryl Streep ticket could use a good mid-career bookkeeper? Because I just need a little push, Mr. Peterson, just a little one. And this is a boardroom. So tell me I'm fired. Woo!